Every year, as the clock strikes midnight on December 31st, people around the world raise a glass to the new year. Many use this fresh start as a chance to set goals for themselves. These are called New Year's resolutions. This tradition of making resolutions might seem modern, but it actually has roots that stretch back thousands of years. Long before our time, ancient civilizations had their own ways of marking the new year. These ancient practices were about more than just celebration. They were about renewal and hope for the future. The ancient Babylonians, known for their advancements in mathematics and astronomy, were among the first to celebrate the new year. Their festivities were deeply connected to the cycles of nature, particularly the spring equinox. This marked a time for new beginnings in agriculture, a vital part of their lives. The Babylonians believed that a successful year depended on the favor of the gods. To ensure this favor, they held grand festivals filled with rituals and promises of good behavior. These festivals weren't just about asking for a good year, they were also a time to reflect on the past. Babylonians would ask for forgiveness for their wrongdoings and promise to do better in the coming year. This concept of reflecting on the past and striving for improvement in the future is a core element of New Year's resolutions, even today. The Babylonian tradition of New Year celebrations didn't stay confined to Mesopotamia. As centuries passed and empires rose and fell, the idea of marking the new year with rituals and resolutions spread to other parts of the ancient world. The Romans, known for their structured society and grand celebrations, adopted and adapted these traditions. While they continued to hold festivals and offer sacrifices to their gods, they also incorporated practical elements into their New Year practices. For the Romans, the New Year wasn't just a time for spiritual reflection, it was also a time for a fresh start in their daily lives. This involved cleaning their homes, settling debts and returning borrowed items. It was a way of clearing out the old and making space for the new. This emphasis on tangible actions alongside spiritual reflection further shaped the evolution of New Year's traditions. The Romans dedicated their New Year celebrations to Janus, the god of beginnings and endings. Janus, often depicted with two faces looking in opposite directions, symbolized the duality of looking back at the past and forward to the future. This perfectly captured the spirit of the new year, a time for reflection and anticipation. The Roman association of Janus with the new year solidified the connection between this time period and the concepts of transition and new beginnings. As Christianity spread throughout the Roman Empire and beyond, it had a profound impact on many cultural traditions, including New Year's celebrations. The holiday shifted from a time of raucous revelry to a more subdued occasion for reflection and spiritual renewal. This shift in focus was particularly evident in colonial America, where the Puritan influence led to a strong emphasis on introspection and moral improvement. The Puritans, known for their strict religious beliefs, saw the new year as an opportunity to examine their lives and recommit themselves to God. They held special church services and engaged in private prayer and self-reflection. Their resolutions focused on strengthening their faith, resisting temptation, and living a more righteous life. This approach to the new year contributed to the development of resolutions as a means of personal growth and self-improvement. Jonathan Edwards, a prominent theologian and philosopher of the time, exemplified this introspective approach. He meticulously documented his resolutions, which covered a wide range of personal and spiritual goals. Edwards's resolutions, like those of many Puritans, reveal a deep desire to live a life of purpose and align their actions with their faith. This emphasis on introspection and moral betterment has continued to influence the way we approach New Year's resolutions today. Even though New Year's resolutions have evolved over centuries, the core motivation behind them remains the same: the desire for self-improvement and a fresh start. Whether it's a desire to be healthier, learn a new skill, or strengthen relationships, resolutions represent our hopes and aspirations for the future. But why do we choose the new year as the starting point for these endeavors? The new year, with its clean slate symbolism, provides a powerful psychological cue for change. It's a time when we naturally reflect on the past and look ahead to the future. making it an ideal time to set intentions for personal growth. However, despite our best intentions, many of us struggle to keep our resolutions. Research suggests that only a small percentage of people successfully follow through with their resolutions throughout the year. The key to making resolutions that stick lies in setting realistic goals, breaking them down into smaller steps, and establishing systems of accountability. Instead of aiming for drastic overnight transformations, focus on making gradual, sustainable changes. Celebrate small victories along the way, and don't be afraid to adjust your approach as needed. Remember, the journey of self-improvement is ongoing, and every step, no matter how small, is a step in the right direction.